Hey Magic fans, Paul from the Let's Talk Magic podcast, formerly the Orlando Magic UK, here with your game day preview of the Orlando Magic travelling to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is what some people are now calling your slice of bacon, and we are looking at the Orlando Magic hoping to bounce back to winning ways after the 9-game winning streak was ended by what was both a disappointing result and also performance in Brooklyn. So today we are looking at the regular season game number 21 for the Orlando Magic. We are in Cleveland, Ohio, taking the court at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. UK tip time is midnight, which is 7 p.m. local for our friends in Orlando. And to watch here in the UK, yet again, you will need a active NBA League Pass subscription. So the Magic so far this season, we have a record of 14-6, and we have lost the last game, as we all know, but we've won 9 of the last 10 played. The road record 5-4 so far this season, and we are standing second in the East. Even though Milwaukee are tied on the same record as us, we do hold the tiebreaker over them at the moment. Points per game, Magic are scoring 114.2, slight drop back to 15th ranked in the league, conceding 110 per game, which is equally a slight drop back. Offensive rating of 18 and defensive rating 3rd in the NBA. So after defeat in Brooklyn, the Magic ratings, as I've just said, did take a slight step backwards. The offence took a bit more of a leap because we did have one or two decent stats, but we did see nothing great from that last performance, unfortunately. Somewhat more concerning, though, for the Magic is that in the last 4 games, Orlando have conceded 117 or more points in every game. That's an indication, a clear indication, that the defensive play has not been as locked in as we saw it earlier in the season. Defensive statistics still remain excellent, and individually Jalen Suggs remains the top 3rd ranking player in the NBA, particularly around categories for steals. Our scoring leader, Franz Wagner, remains there, 20.7 points per game. Paolo Banchero second at 19.5, and Cole Anthony leading the bench in 3rd with 15.2 points per game. Mo Wagner, he has moved up in the scoring rankings for the team. He is now 4th with averaging 13 points per game. Great contribution from Mo. He's also ranked 2nd in the league in all categories of drawing charges, having taken 12 so far this season. Assists are very much a team statistic, but Paolo leads us with 4.9 per game, and Jalen Suggs, as we said, is the team leader on steals, ranking very highly in the NBA on that category. Goga Bitadze still in the top 20 of the NBA for blocks per game. He's 16th and taking 1.4 per game. So the last game out in Brooklyn, for the second time this season, Orlando went into the Barclays Center and honestly failed to produce. The arena is not a happy hunting ground for the Magic, and on this occasion it saw us take a 101-129 loss. The Magic was second best across the court all night, as Brooklyn did to the Magic what the Magic have been doing to teams all season. Couple this with the Nets' lethal 3-point shooting, and the Magic had what was a very unhappy night. Going into the end of the first quarter, 21 points down was not a great start, and though the Magic did eventually reduce the deficit to single digits, it wasn't enough, unfortunately, as the Nets found themselves able to stretch the lead back out and take the W. Paolo Banchero, for a second game, flirted with a triple-double, scoring 19 points, 10 rebounds, and pulling it off, I think it was 8 assists. He was fairly inconsistent from the field, actually only going 6 of 15 with his shooting, but from the free throw line he was 7 of 9, so a lot of the scoring did come from drawing fouls and being efficient at the free throw line. Starting unit was once again Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero and Goga Bitadze. From the bench came Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, Mo Wagner, Joe Ingles and Caleb Houston. Admiral Schofield and Chuma KK came in for the final 4.5 minutes of the game, which was when the Magic had waved the white flag. Jonathan Isaac, though he had been listed as being available, being day-to-day with an ankle issue, did not play. Tonight, we see from the Magic the injury report showing that Wendell Carter Jr. and Markel Fultz are both still out. Jonathan Isaac is remain listed as day-to-day and questionable with the ankle issue. He's expected to be a game-time decision again. Jet Howard, once again, is unavailable. He's on a G League assignment, as is Trevelyan Queen, one of our two-way players. Kevon Harris has still yet to suit up for the Magic this season. He's been listed as being a coach's decision as far as being out. However, Philip Rossman-Reich asked Coach Mosley about this, and the coach stated that Kevon was still doing individual work to get his knee back in shape, and once he was fully rehabbed, the team will look to be getting him some playing time. So as to the Magic tonight, expect the same rotations. There's going to be very little reason for very much change, especially as we are coming in after 3-4 days off, so fairly rested. Cleveland Cavaliers, quick look back at them. Last season, 51-31 record. Saw the Cavs have the best campaign since LeBron left them. They finished 4th in the East, and what followed was perhaps a surprising 1-4 exit in the first round of the playoffs to the New York Knicks. So far this season, regular seasons 11-9. They have won 7 of their last 10 and are standing tied 7th in the East, tied with 7th and 8th with Miami. Points per game, scoring 110.8, which is only 25th in the league, and conceding 111.2, which is 8th, I should say. Offensive ranking of 22nd and defensive of 9th. Perhaps that's somewhat surprising, really, when you consider some of the players that the Cavs have. Offensively, they haven't hit their stride this season so far. Now, some of that has been down to absences of regular, strong core players. We know about that as Magic fans. Whilst their shots attempted have increased over the season, the makes are actually down. Their offensive stats are, for the most part, in the bottom half of the league. I don't think you expect that at all. The Cavs do score well from both fast break points and in the paint. Unsurprisingly, Donovan Mitchell is the team leader, scoring 27.1 points per game. He's also extremely good as far as league figures go, with 2.1 steals per game. Darius Garland, strong second on scoring with 19.3 points and leading in assists on the team with 5.9 per game. Evan Mobley averaging a points and rebound double-double per game. So last time out for the Cavs, they took a road win 110-101 in Detroit over the Pistons. Max Strus and Darius Garland led the team jointly, both scoring 22 points. Their starting 5 was Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. Isaac Okoro and George Niang both played big minutes from the bench in what was essentially just a 7-man rotation. Towards the very end of the game, Craig Porter Jr., Tristan Thompson and Sam Merrill came in and played a combined less than 10 minutes. So you can see how much they relied on just these 7 core players. Their injury report has Ricky Rubio and Ty Jerome listed as out. Caris LeVert and Dean Wade, both important players to them, are both day-to-day issues. Expect very little change to their rotation, that last 5 out who started, if they have no change as far as fitness goes. That starting 5 is their go-to unit that they played last time. So it will be bench minutes that you see Caris LeVert and Dean Wade potentially take if they are available. The head-to-head, 122 regular season games played, and the score stands at 63-59 to the Cavs. Last season was an 0-4 sweep for Cleveland, seeing them on a 4-game winning streak. The Magic have only won one of the last 7 regular season encounters, but prior to that, the Magic had won 7 straight. So this is another one of those which we are seeing. One team has a run, then it's the other's turn. Let's hope tonight is one of them moments where we start our new run. So, final thought. It is an opportunity for the Magic to get back to winning ways. This fixture is one of those 2 games that's been added for both teams into the schedule as a result of exit out of the in-season tournament. Neither will look at this as an easy option though. Orlando will need to get their defence back to the best to contain the threat of Mitchell, Garland, Okora, Strus, Mobley and Jarrett Allen. And if he's available, you can add Caris LeVert to that list. In defending Mitchell, the Magic cannot afford to overreact and leave others with easy opportunity. Defensive discipline and the focus will be required as the Magic aim to bounce back to winning ways. That's the only way we're going to win, defensive discipline. So, if you've enjoyed this preview, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it, help us out. We very much appreciate it. But more importantly, go Magic, let's get that W. Let's get back on track.